Alrighty, let's go with the NTI Townsville 500 off the back of an awesome event here. So cool to be back in Townsville. Almost a shame that we only get to race here once this year. We'll start with the man in the middle, picking up another race win here. You talked a little bit about it yesterday in the press conference, Shane, but this has been a very happy hunting ground for Triple Eight here, and just your thoughts now that the weekend's come to a close and you're walking away with all the points.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to get a 300-pointer. The weekend's been awesome. We probably didn't have the best car today on the longer runs, and I thought that would be the case pretty early. Anton's thing didn't turn very well, but it had really good traction. So it sort of suited the hard because it lasted. But then on the soft, I was just sliding a lot. I could feel it quite early on. I was hurting the left rear. So I tried to go slow and let him catch up. But his thing was really fast at the end. But anyway, it's pretty awesome to get 300 points. Really cool to have my dad here, and cool surprise to see him up on the podium. But then, of course, that race was for Quinny. He had a pretty tough accident yesterday, and sorry to see his injuries and stuff. So our thoughts are with him, and that race was for him.
Yeah, nice, mate. Well said. Those last few laps with Anton getting bigger and bigger in the mirror, can you talk about what it was like to be the hunted today instead of the hunter, and how that affects you any differently inside the car? Yeah,
it's pretty rare. It's not something I've felt for a while, and not being strong at the end of a race, that's normally our strength. I could see he was pushing and not sliding a lot and pretty consistent on his lap times. So I tried to react, and my left rear was pretty much done. But I came out of turn 11 and saw the gap and didn't look in the mirror. So it was a surprise when I got doored. But as I said, it's good someone has a go.
Yeah, you've had more time to sort of think about it now. I mean, it's been, 45 minutes since the incident on track. Your thoughts now, feeling about it?
I reckon it's exciting for everyone, and for him to have a go for sure. But getting spun out's never fun, but here's what it is. Well done.
Was it sporting of Anton to try and give it back straight away?
Yeah, it was pretty obvious that he mucked up. Like when watching the onboard, he locked the left front straight away and just missiled into me. But as I said, he probably doesn't feel bad. He probably feels better because he had a go, and I got nothing wrong with that.
Why did you not accept his opportunity to redress?
Don't know.
You're a very smart racer.
Thanks.
You think about everything from behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Were you hoping that he might get more of a penalty if you crossed behind him?
Yeah, I probably thought that at the time, yeah.
But you weren't sure exactly how that would play out?
Oh, I don't know. I know that the redress rule isn't a thing anymore, officially. But, I just cruised across the line.
When you got out of the car in Park Fermé in Pertec Victory Lane, you said to Jess on the coverage, he had a go, you had to respect that.
Yep.
So why didn't you shake his hand?
I was angry at the time, and I wanted to celebrate with my guys. And then after the interviews, I went and saw him and said pretty much what I said to Jess. I don't mind that he had a go. I'm angry I got spun out, but I'm happy we're having a battle. And I got no problem with that. But I maybe he could have done it better. See what he has to say, but I was angry.
You shook hands on the podium, so as far as you're concerned, we head off now and you're even Stevens?
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I got the points.
You don't owe him one?
No, I don't think like that.
Cool. All right. Anton's turn. First of all, thank you for the entertainment on that last lap. That's on behalf of everyone watching TV and everyone in this room right now. We're all hoping you'd have a crack, and I don't think anyone believed it that you actually went for it on that last corner. At what point did you think, I'm going to send this?
Not sure. I don't actually know at what point, but you could see the last lap Shane was starting to struggle, so he didn't come off second last that good, but I was still pretty far back. But I ran it in there pretty quick, and it was sort of half a door, but I was too far back in the end, obviously with the results. So it's all good.
We're trying to send a message at all to say that you're not going to be pushed around, you're not going to accept it anymore, you're going to try and race him as hard as you can?
No, not really. No, it was last lap of a big race, and I was starting to close in pretty quick, so I had a crack. Most people in the same position would do the same thing, so no message or anything like that. Just trying to have a good race. Can
you talk us through the moment from you've hit him, you've done wrong, and then from that moment between then and crossing the finish line, what was going through your mind?
As soon as I sort of turned in, I was sort of halfway through it, and then just locked the front and then ran into his rear door. And then as soon as that point, I tried the back. Obviously, you can't back out of it, but tried to not sort of stick with it and then just redress across the line and back to where we were. That's about it. So that's sort of how it played out anyway. So the guys upstairs worked it out.
Were you happy with the penalty you got for that?
Yeah, I mean, there's no other. I don't think there's another option. Obviously, I didn't deserve the win, so I was in second before the corner, and I'm second now.
Were you surprised that Shane didn't accept the opportunity to redress?
No. He, like you said, he's smart. He knows what he's doing. So, it's no concern for me.
If an opportunity to redress has been offered and a driver chooses to not take it, do you feel like it should be case closed and that you've given them a chance to redress at that point, so it should be play on? Because could we see more of this happening now?
You're digging deep. I don't think so. Obviously, I spun him and he was leading the race, so he deserves the win. Whether it's, I tried to give him position back. If he doesn't want to take it, that's on him. But yeah, I'm not going to start inventing rules. The results, I think, as we sit here, is sort of what it deserves to be for today's race. So yeah, it all works out.
You tried to apologise, obviously, in Parc Fermé. Your thoughts on how that played out?
All good, yeah. No dramas.
No dramas? Being
dramas.
Left hanging?
No, we're good.
Okay. Good job today, by the way. Well done, mate. Good
Thank
speed.
you.
Cam, another cool race with you and pulling some spots back at the end here. Just your thoughts on the weekend so far. Are we happy leaving with a pair of third places?
Yeah, happy-ish. Happy with the consistency. Got a heap of points. So that was really good. My car balance was totally different to yesterday, so I think we probably overcooked it a little bit. But obviously still pretty competitive. Could over one lap, so that was good. And had a fun day with a few battles. I think if I didn't really get held up in a couple of those battles, I probably would have had a chance to get Anton with his 5-second penalty. But it is what it is.
Feels like a lifetime ago, but that first lap, you threw that huge move down there at turn 2 and made it stick. Just from your point of view, how that first lap played out?
Just got a bad start. Obviously, the 2 shell cars ended up in front of me. Will left the door open, so I thought it'd be rude not to go down the inside. I didn't really think it was a big move. Just got down the inside and plugged first and turned her, and away we went.
Cool. All right. Well done this weekend, mate, and good luck for what's to come at the Bend. We'll open it up to the journos in the room.
Thanks. Shane, congratulations on a double here this weekend. Just want to ask about the tyre tread towards the end of the race. You went onto the super softs at a similar lap to yesterday. Did you feel like you had the same sort of grip, or where did you think you lost speed today?
Yeah, thanks. Hard to know. I felt like I was conserving more than yesterday, but my car was probably more on the nose today, and it just tore up the left rear. And as I said, I could feel it sliding a little bit. I had big rotation, but not enough traction. So I tried with the roll bars to adjust, but couldn't quite manage it that well. But we weren't as strong as yesterday on the soft, but we were better on the hard tyre.
The broadcast took notice of you maybe using your left foot on the accelerator down the back straight. Down the back straight. Was that a comfort thing to rest your right foot, or was it heating up in the cockpit?
Yeah, my feet were really hot this weekend, so I was using the left foot to take some pressure off and put my foot up by the fan, so that would cool my boot down a bit.
Thanks, Shane. Anton, do you feel like you had enough tyre tread to catch Shane in those final few laps? Did you feel like you had it there?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I was catching him. I reckon another couple laps, he looked like he was starting to hurt, and my thing was still trucking on well. But I mean, I probably left my run a little bit late.
Chad said you showed some speed. What felt different about the car today as compared to yesterday?
We did a heap of changes overnight. It struggled a bit yesterday and Friday, so we sort of dug deep, worked out sort of what we needed to do after yesterday's race, and you never know when you're chucking a heap of changes at it whether it's going to roll out good. And from then on, we've sort of been fast this morning in qualifying, shootout, and then a lot better in the race. So it works out good working with Mark. Obviously, Ludo not being here, it was good to be able to turn it around, and I'm getting a really fast car today.
Your teammate Will, he was an early casualty in the carnage on lap 1, but he went from last to to finish 7th. What do you make of his performance this afternoon?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see what other people are doing when you're racing, but obviously being incident early and then I'm coming through to the top 10 is good because obviously team's championship points and all that stuff's important. So we both had quick cars in the race today, so it's a credit to the team for doing an awesome job.
Thank you, Anton.
Cheers.
Cam, I just got one for you. You came into pit earlier in the race. Do you feel like you were losing speed? What did you feel or attribute that to? Were you lacking in some way, shape or form?
First stint we pitted a little bit earlier than probably what we thought we would, but yeah, I was struggling with the balance a little bit at that point in the race. We probably could have kept going and probably would have done, similar to these guys, but thought we'd do something different. And the guys obviously seen something on the screens that I couldn't see. I was just driving the car, so they said pit and I pit.
Cool. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Anton, going back to that move on the final corner, that's arguably more aggressive than you have ever been in the car. What's changed? Is this a new Anton de Pasquale?
No, it's very different when you're catching someone to when you're getting caught. So when you've got a bit of speed, the door's open, but usually Shane's the quick guy and he's coming up on you, so you can't really fight that hard when you're off the pace. So, I mean, when you've got a chance, you have a chance. That's about it. I think everyone up and down the field is pretty similar like that.
So you wouldn't get the elbows out a bit more when you're battling him in general?
I'm not sure. What do you mean exactly?
Well, will you try and block a bit harder if he's coming for you in future?
Yeah, it's not that easy to just block someone when they, most of these races this year, when he's catching you at 5, 6, 7, 8 tenths a lap. So no one's defending that. You might for a couple corners, but not for 20, 30 laps. So today we're just on the other foot and we had a faster car towards the end of the race. So the door's open. That's sort of the position he's in most of the time. And that's sort of how it works out.
And the first pit stop, you ended up just behind him on your out lap. Did that cost you the win?
I don't have an answer to that. I think if we kept track position, we might have had a chance. Well, definitely a better chance because it is quite difficult to get close and pass and things like that. And for most of the race, we're very similar speed. I think I was a bit quicker on the soft and it was a little bit quicker on the hard. So whether I could have kept that track position, I don't know, but definitely would have had a better chance.
Shane, do you reckon that was decisive?
Yep, 100%.
Thanks.
Anton, finally, Ludo being away this weekend, you're looking forward to having him back, and did you feel like there was any sort of performance disadvantage by not having him here?
I'm not sure. Obviously, you have a little bit of a language difference between engineers and stuff like that. Obviously, we all spoke together last night. We sort of ended up having to go down a different path to what we thought we had to, and dig pretty deep into it. So, which is fine. We're probably just a day too late to get to where we need to be. But it's so tired, and a couple good changes, and you're right at the front, and that's what we had today. But yeah, it's a good credit, obviously, to have one of the faster cars today. Considering everything and where we were yesterday, I think everyone at the team's pretty happy.
Cool. Thanks for the good show today, guys. Thoroughly enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next time.